Hello everyone, Scary with you. A witch is a woman, a dark magician, a sorceress, as well as a possessing magical abilities and knowledges. The witch is one of the most truthful creatures among all mythical characters. They were feared and hated. They were asked for help and worshipped. They fell madly in love and cursed them. Nobody could remain indifferent to her. Now we will show you 10 real witches filmed with people from all over the world on camera. This footage was filmed by the police on a video recorder. The officers were driving along the highway and suddenly saw some kind of fire on the left side adjustment road, and they decided to turn off and check this place. When they turned to the left and drove a few meters, they immediately saw a strange picture. In the middle of the road, some woman was standing motionless and a small fire was burning above her on the ground. The policeman sat silently in the car and looked with great fear at what was happening. They were scared, but the longer she did next was even scarier. Then the woman turned her arms toward him and started laughing hard. This video ended and the next was no. Some think she's a ghost, others think she's a real witch. Locals saw her wandering the cornfields at night. She has also been seen on the rooftop and in public areas. A certain family from Mexico claims that they managed to remove a real witch from the fire. The footage shows how the fire burns and it rises into the air and takes the form of a ball and disappears into the sky. Some internet users believe that fire is an outward manifestation of a witch. She used all her magic and turned into fire. Some people think that this is not a witch but a manifestation of paranormal activity. Skeptics are sure that the family was just joking and they just set fire to the balloon and it alone flew away under the influence on the wind. This scary video was filmed on a video recorder by a certain man in India. The video shows how a woman in white walking slowly along the track in a wild outfit and with long black hair. The woman's face was not visible because the filming was carried out behind her, and suddenly, unexpectedly, she began to rise to the top. After then, this woman flew in the air for a while. Then she sank onto the asphalt and again began to move slowly. Skeptics traditionally believed that this is a fake. Of course, there's a little information about this video, so one has to guess. According to the man who shot this video, the real witch was filmed with a phone camera in the Highlands of Scotland. The footage shows how a certain woman in strange clothes walks the back and forth and puts her hands up. Many people think that by raising her hands in the air, she is trying to change the weather. People never like witches. It was believed that they can send any misfortune to the person. For example, the death of livestock. For a family that means hunger and poverty, various diseases and so on. Natural elements they can very cleverly manage, causing droughts, rains or hurricanes. This creepy video was captured by an internal security camera at the local library in Emmeline, Virginia, USA. It is believed that the students came to the table to discuss the study assignments. For sometimes the girl on the right began to transform her face. Her nose became strangely pointed, the skin around her eyes darkened strongly, and her pupils began to shine very brightly. A mattress says that the girl is not understood by the real witch. It was as suddenly began to reveal her essence and change her appearance, and therefore, in order not to burn herself, she left this room. Many people think that it's just a distortion of the video and it has nothing to do with mystics. But whatever the truth, she really looked like a real witch. And it's really not strange that when the library staff watched the video, they were seriously scared. These frames show how when a creepy creature is tied to a chain in some abandoned house. The recording was reportedly made in Pakistan. This strange creature was moving, everything was active. It was short, he had hair and his face was pale. At first glance, it is not clear what kind of entity it is. Under the video, it's written that this is a real witch, and the locals tied her on a chain so that she would not run away. Many thought that the was not witch but a fake. After all, someone decided to joke and put on a mask on a dog and a monkey. The very old sources was really believed that this is a creature from another world. After all, it looks very natural and scary. Of course, most likely this is a scarecrow costume dressed for a dog, but you must admit that at first glance this is very realistic. After all, if you see this creature alive, then you can be heard in earnest. Two friends walked by an Indian hospital, filmed creepy footage on their phone. They show how a woman in a white outfit moves like a Spider-Man. The man who filmed what was happening on camera believes that the woman is simply suffering from sleepwalking. During such a dream, people can get up to anything. It is scientifically proven. Sleepwalkers are able to walk on incredibly narrow boards and not fall. The commenters agreed that the woman is a witch and she used her magical powers to escape from the hospital. One thing is certain. An ordinary person would not be able to climb the level of the building wall. Skeptics believe that the video is a fake and the woman was simply lifted with a rope. A mysterious object appeared in Mexico and residents filmed it on a video camera. Most of the internet users assumed that this shape resembled a real witch. Many claim that she had a large black hat on her head, and she is also wearing a black cloak. Judging by the video, she moves across the sky with a broom. From the shape of the silhouette, there is very reason to assume that the real witch was captured on camera. Skeptics began to deny that they were a real witch. They thought it was just a balloon. They thought it was just a balloon that was left just to celebrate Halloween. A few days later, in the same Mexico, this object was seen again. This time it was possible to photograph it a little closer. This shape, which resembles a witch on a broomstick, looks very lively and realistic. It's impossible to say for sure that it was a balloon. This video was filmed by a farmer from England. A man with a flashlight walked through the forest all night to look for a sheep that was lost from the flock. Suddenly, in the distance along a forest road, a man in dark clothes and with a hood on his head began to walk forward. When the poor farmer saw this, he immediately ran away from there. The paranormal expert states that it could be a forest witch, and the forest is a powerful energy portal where witches gain mystical energy and strength to carry out their ceremonies and ritual. They were incompressible as to ordinary people, therefore they were often credited with a connection with unclean forces and other worlds, which is why they were mainly burned at the stake. This video was filmed in an English city. The frame shows that an incompressible object is flying in a clear sky. The footage shows that he flies on a very high speed, and in we zoom in on the video, we will see a shape similar to a witch on a broomstick. Some experts say it could be a balloon, but he flies very fast. Balloons don't fly like that. That's all. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put your thumbs up. Bye everyone.